this is something that I'm still learning and I'm still dealing with, is that it doesn't matter how good of equipment you have. You could have the greatest studio of all time. You can know how to work the studio awesome and just be like a whiz, at making just beautiful sounds, radio ready songs. That doesn't necessarily mean that the songs are going to be good. And yeah, especially as I started getting more and more equipment and I got myself set up in a spot where I knew the sound that I wanted, I started having to be much more hard on myself to say, hey, like I know the quality that I can put out. The songs need to match that. And so now it's kind of put a little interesting kind of a strain on the process, is that I have such high expectations of myself that are achievable, I believe. But there's a lot of things that kind of get thrown to the wayside, and a lot of it on purpose, to be real with you, just because like I have my expectations and there's things that I want to do. But when I was first starting out, I spent a lot of money on just newer equipment, not like brand new equipment or anything like that, but like expensive things that I didn't really need. And I thought that I needed them because I was like, if I have them, then all of a sudden I'll be a rock star, and that's how it'll work. And that's not the way you should go about it. I think obviously the way you should go about it is perfecting the craft that you have at the acoustic level, meaning if you can play songs in your room and they're good songs and they're really good songs, and it's not like you're sitting there and saying like, this is awesome, this is the shit, but like you play it for someone else and they give you the awkward, like, it's great. Like you can tell when a song is good because it moves you. And not necessarily, I should also preface, it's not as though you should look for other people's approval of the song, but like you can personally feel when a song is really good and like really good. You can feel it, because there's plenty of times I've sat there and I've made a song and it's like maybe technically proficient and it's really like interesting in ways that like I think might be like, oh, that's different and weird. But when I sit back and I play it, I'm like, this song is not engaging. I don't enjoy it. It's just like, that those songs are easy to kind of realize as you've made more of them. And especially if you're just starting out to write songs, you're most likely not going to be writing a whole bunch of bangers right off the start. Like the first song I ever wrote was this really crappy like love ballad to this chick, and I played it for her. She's I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's so dumb. So I played it for her, and it was like, 3 chords, like power chords, and I played it for her. And I had her like name in it, which is like the first mistake. But anyway, so I played it for her, and then she looked at me and she said, okay. So take my word for it. Don't put girls' names into songs or anyone's names into songs. And know when you write bad ones. And except it happens all the time. And it's okay. It's all right to write bad songs as long as it doesn't like dissuade you from continuing to write. But that's the first thing, is that just because you have equipment doesn't mean that your song is going to be awesome or off the chain. It's unfortunately, that is how it is. I wish it would be as simple as being able to buy your way to good music, but it doesn't work like that. And that's probably a good thing. I don't think it's a good idea to have that kind of barrier to entry to make like quality things. I think a lot of good music comes from emotional attachment and, being able to feel your way through what a song should make you feel and should do for you as the creator and as the audience. So that's the first one. Don't worry about getting nice equipment. Set it down on acoustic first. Make sure it sounds dope. And then the more and more you continue to write music and start to record, and I've talked about this with a few of you at this point, is you got to, don't think that just because you don't have the best equipment that your song doesn't have value, because you can make awesome songs that don't sound like radio ready, or however the term should be. It's not like super crisp quality, it's like crappy 8-track stuff, but that some of those songs are the best. And I would rather listen to a crappily recorded awesome song versus a professionally recorded and edited and everything, all the money put into this song, and it doesn't do anything for me. Obviously, it seems it seems like an obvious thing to me, but at the time, the goal was to get all this good equipment so that way I'd be able to get, make better songs. But you got to, as the saying goes, you got to put the cart before the horse or something like that. Don't put the cart before the horse. One of those things. You got to get the one that's important. Anyway, let's move on. I'm not good at that.